Guys, it's Anisha here. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. It's nice, it's sunny, so we can't complain. It's really good. Wanted to come live for my day 6 challenge. So today, again, we're talking all thing service accommodation, and just wanted to go a little bit deeper. So we've looked at what service accommodation is all about. We've looked at how we can make £500 to £1,000 from service accommodation. We've looked at how can we get properties to turn into service accommodation. We've looked at who's going to pay us to stay in the service accommodation, and we've looked at where we could advertise our property to be able to get booking for service accommodation. So today we're going to be looking at service accommodation again, but more specifically how you're going to get this property managed. Now, there's a lot to the management of service accommodation, but today I'm going to touch on one key point, which is how do you control all your booking that's coming on the date on a calendar. Now, I'm sure by now you're like, okay, that's a lot of booking that's going to come in. I don't know how I'm going to manage it. Here's the solution for you. As a service accommodation provider, you can actually run all your booking on a channel manager. Now, I know this is a new word. So what is a channel manager? A channel manager is a platform where when you list all your booking, like we said last time, on Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia, HomeAway, TripAdvisor, all these different online travel agents, they are connected to this calendar platform. It's almost like a virtual diary, online diary for everybody to put their booking in, but also to see, oh, this date is not available because so-and-so is staying in that property for that period of time. So the channel manager is what you're going to be using yourself to stay on top of your booking. So it's very important to go out and look at the different type of channel manager that you can use for service accommodation. And there's a lot of them out there. I'll suggest reading a little bit about them, trying to understand about them. Now, I will do another video just on channel manager, which is going to be a little bit more intense. And that's most probably for those who are already aware of service accommodation or already looking to service accommodation, because there's so many channel managers out there, you can very easily get confused as to which one to use. But one key main difference you need to understand, there's very good channel manager for hotels, and they're not going to be relevant to you. You need to look for a really good channel manager for service accommodation. Compared to a hotel, if you were to compare service accommodation to a hotel, yes, we're selling rooms, but it's different. A hotel will have 100 rooms in one property, whereas we could have 100 different rooms with on 100 different properties. So you really need to understand that and make sure that when you're choosing your channel manager, you're choosing the right one for your business. Now, if you're starting, there's no need to straight away go into one of the most expensive one out there. I think from experience myself, you could definitely go with a budget one as you're growing, because you don't really know how big you're going to scale up to, but also you don't know whether you're going to have just maybe 2, and it will be easy to manage it with just a simple software rather than get a very big one with a lot of functionality but make it technically very difficult for you to get used to, because this is all going to be a learning process for you. Once you start it, there's going to be so many things that you need to learn, so you don't want to be blocking yourself with channel manager that is too technical and stopping you from progressing very quickly, because the whole point of doing service accommodation is for you to be able to generate additional income very quickly, so you're spending quality time with your family and friends. So you need to start looking at how can you make that happen. And one of the things I would suggest is to try and make it as simple as possible to start with, and as you're growing, then just add more element to it and go for more complex platform, because they're going to be more adequate for you. So So for example, when we started with Toolkit, and then we moved from Toolkit onto Avivo. Now, Toolkit was really good for us when we started. It had all the simple and basic functionality that we were looking for. But as we grew and as we were getting more than 5 properties, we soon realized that for us to manage all this, it will be quite difficult if we just rely on Toolkit. So we started looking at others, and eventually we moved on after a long period of time researching about all the different channel manager. We decided to go with Avivo, and one of the main reasons why we went with Avivo is the fact that you can list your property on Avivo and it will list it on all the travel online travel manager. So all the OTA are there on online travel agency, all the OTA are there. It's easier if you're doing it through Avivo. And if you're planning to scale like we are, we're constantly taking on new properties. For us, this would definitely help a lot, because we could just list it once and it populates it over all the online travel agents or the OTAs. So I hope you have found this useful. I know it's a little bit more technical, but the whole point of this is for me to give you a really good idea about service accommodation. I'm doing a 30-day challenge so you get to know it a bit better. It's not a 5-day challenge. It's not a 7-day challenge. And it's definitely not a 14 days challenge. As you can see, this is going to get a little bit more technical and complex as we go through the 30 days. But I'm here to answer any question like you've been doing, sending me, DM me with messages or post it on here. That's absolutely fine. I'm here. I'm happy to help everybody. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Take care. Bye.